So it's time for the downhillers to do battle with this mighty Russian bear of a mountain, which is ready to show its claws and its teeth at every turn. The 2014 Men's Olympic Downhill. Carlo Janka, starting number 3. First of the Swiss, made a mistake. Just lost his balance coming out of the start hut there. Not as smooth as he would have liked. Won a gold medal 4 years ago for Switzerland in giant slalom. Since then he's been fairly anonymous, but has just shown a few signs of a return to form this season, following a few health and injury scares.
Yeah, Janka had a problem with his heart. He had a heart condition, he had a back problem. He had a number of injuries that have kept him away from the Tour, but he's shown signs this year that he's coming back into form. And he's very lucky that he's drawn a number in the top 7, because these are effectively the second seed. These guys that are racing now are in the second 15 on the world ranking list, so from 15 to 30 in the world. And they can either start early, 1 to 7, or late. And Janka is lucky to start early, I think, today. And could pull out a quick time.
It's fast so far, faster than Hudek. 0.27, and now it's up to more than a second. Now we're starting to see a serious time put down as Janka flies the bear's brow and just holds on to the landing. Oh, that was close to being a nightmare for Carlo Janka, but he stayed on his feet.
It's a fine line in downhill between letting the skis run and carrying speed out of a corner and running wide and taking a longer line. And he took a longer line, but he didn't cut the speed at all.
1.39 seconds in front. Last time the clock stopped. Off the final jump, the deer jump. Janka will ski into gold medal position. That's more like it. 2 minutes 06.71. Carlo Janka leads the way for Switzerland.
Well, that time would have put him second fastest to Bode Miller in the last of the training runs. It's a good time, and I fully expect that. Oh, he got his stick between his skis. We saw that with the women's race in Vancouver the last time around 4 years ago. The French girl actually crashed and tore a knee doing that.
Next to the Americans, Travis Ganon, wearing number 7. Tweeted yesterday that he was happy to get number 7 and hoped it would be a lucky number for him. Not sure about the Americans and their white suits. I think you train all your life to race in the Olympic downhill. You turn up for the distribution of uniforms, you must be thinking, a white suit? Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's not exactly not what Bode would have chosen, I don't imagine.
2 tenths behind Travis Ganon. Off the Russian trampoline, he got a huge amount of height, springing up as if he was taking off from a trampoline.
That's a better turn, though, around that big left-hander, the big right-footed turn, so much pressure through the ski. Now got to stay on line over all these rollers.
Carlo Janka still leading the way for Switzerland. Ben Thompson into second currently for Canada. Jan Hudek in bronze medal position also for Canada. And Travis Ganon, the young American, is having a solid downhill run as he clouts the gate off the bear's brow with his left shoulder, a sign that he's fully engaged with the course. Good run so far.
Well, any coaches that are watching this will know that Janka was fast in the middle, but wasn't particularly fast from bear's brow to the finish. Look at this, and Ganon is picked up.
Just 800ths behind Travis Ganon, showing excellent speed in the middle part of the course. He winds down the windows off the deer jump. He'll put pressure on Carlo Janka here. He's first. Ganon skis into gold medal position for the USA by 700ths of a second. Carlo Janka goes into second, Ben Thompson into third. Excellent run from Travis Ganon of the USA.
Well, I've got to say, it wasn't an error-free run. I don't think anyone will put down an error-free run today, to be honest. It's just a question of who can limit the losses and who can generate the most speed.
Kjetil Jansrud from Norway starts with number 8. Best of the Norwegians, Aksel and Svindal starting with 18 today. But Jansrud had some success at the last Olympic Winter Games in Vancouver when the races were up at Whistler Mountain. He took a silver behind Carlo Janka in the giant slalom there, and he's not a bad downhiller, Jansrud. Ganong's split 25.8. How close is Jansrud? He's faster, 0.29 in front.
Well, I expect him to be faster through Big Pan as well and to pick up speed. Well, that wasn't too clever. Standing on the inside ski, so standing on his right ski, not pressurising the outside ski as he went through the traverse there, and just dropping height, and there's another mistake as he goes over that little roller.
Remember that Ganong was fastest on the bottom third of the course. Jansrud seems to be picking up a few errors here. 0.40. He's in good shape and getting better all the time. In fact, Jansrud fast across the snow, 0.74 as he hits the bear's brow. Stamps on that left ski, makes the next turn. Visibility getting better all the time. You can see a definite shadow across the hill as the sun starts to shine here in Rosa Couture. Off the late jump, 0.57. Still in touch, still in the hunt for provisional first position here. Kjetil Jansrud of Norway as he flies the deer jump, sets up for the line, rides and glides, and skis into top spot. Jansrud moves into gold medal position for Norway.
Well, Jansrud made some mistakes in this Big Pan section, which is going to decide this race, but not as many mistakes as that man made, and that was the difference. Travis Ganong, though, his line off the bear's brow, when he flew off that jump, he landed very high up on the left, and that's what gave him the speed over Janka on the lower part of the course. So we've got to look at the line off the bear's brow jump. If they're falling down low and then having to turn up and then make the gate, that's going to cut the speed off.
Max Franz on his way. First of the quartet of Austrians, and this means more to the Austrian nation than any other country on earth. The men's downhill title. The last winner for Austria, Fritz Strobel, Salt Lake City, 2002. Hannes Reichelt won the Hahnenkamm Kitzbühel and then had to go for back surgery the day after and was ruled out of the Olympic team.
That's a big loss. Hannes Reichelt has been on the podium, how many times? 3 times second, and then wins Kitzbühel and then out of the Olympics. Max Franz, he's a little bit reckless, Max Franz. He could be a very, very great skier, but he just hasn't managed to develop that maturity yet. He's outside the blue line. That's going to cost him speed.
Kjetil Jansrud leads for Norway. Travis Ganong second for the USA. Carlo Janka third for Switzerland. Max Franz 0.61 behind.
Direction off bear's brow. Turn back slightly. I can't see France picking up on Jansrud.
151.54 the next split as he flies the late jump, and he's nearly a full second off the pace now. First and third currently separated by 0.38. Quite tight at the top. Here we go. Max Franz tucks in for the line, won't challenge Jansrud, and is into fourth position at this stage. 3 more chances for the Austrians to come. Werner Heel next to go, the first of the Italians. There's Matthias Meyer, who will be the next of the Austrians, set the quickest time in the second training run. In the start hut, Werner Heel, number 10 for Italy. You never know what you're going to get with Werner Heel. Let's see how he deals with the top part of the Olympic downhill course. He's made a clean start. Lots of movement with the upper body. We're used to seeing that from Werner Heel. Will he be fast on this hill?
Well, the Italian downhill team is made up all from racers from Südtirol, which is the part of Italy that still speaks German. It was actually part of Austria prior to, or just after the First World War. Dominic Paris, Christoph Innerhofer, and Peter Phil. They really are kind of a team apart from the technical team, which are all made up of Italian speakers. But very, very good technical skiers, and they have a very strong team. Innerhofer has the ability to ski very, very fast.
Split here for Jansrud, our leader, 128.82. Werner Heel is just under half a second slower, and he's been drifting away from Jansrud's time as he flies the Bear's Brow. Not quite bright sunshine, but visibility very acceptable now. Wasn't so good for the first couple of starters, Nyman and Hudek, but it's solid enough now. Big jump on the lake for Werner Heel. He went miles there. Too much time in the air, possibly. 0.88 of a second behind.
Well, when you've got a big jump like that, you've got to weigh up how much you stand up before the jump to absorb it, and then how far you fly, and which one's going to cost you the most time.
Werner Heel is 5th for Italy, the first of the Italians to go. Kjetil Jansrud leads for Norway. Travis Ganong is 2nd for the USA. Carlo Janka in bronze medal position for the moment for Switzerland. Matthias Meyer next to go, the exciting young Austrian who set the fastest time in Friday's second training run. Lots expected of this young man. Number 11, Matthias Meyer. Pushes and skates out of the start, gets into his tuck position just for a couple of seconds before he has to go to work on the first of the big left-footed turns.
Just a little bit wide in the line there and had to set the edges hard. He's a great technical skier. I would say he's probably got the best chance for Austria. I've actually gone out on a limb and said perhaps Matthias Meyer could get on the podium here today.
He's off to a promising start, 0.2 of a second behind Jansrud. And he flies the Russian trampoline. Looked pretty comfortable in the air, and he's not too far away. Jansrud, Ganong, Janka, the 1, 2, 3. Those three holding the provisional medal positions right now. Matthias Meyer goes to work in the mid part of the course.
Best we've seen anyone ski that compression left-hander after the traverse. It's a little bit of a hit in transition. That's when your skis are light. Yeah, he's picking up now.
Green light on for Matthias Meyer, heading in the right direction as he flies the Bear's Brow. Good high line, fully dialed in to the Olympic course. Sunshine showing the way for the second Austrian to tackle this hill. 151.54 the next split for Jansrud, and 300ths is the advantage that Matthias Meyer has. Not much in it. He's looking solid.
He needs to get his head and shoulders down though, tuck more.
Off the final jump, Meyer tucks in for the line and takes it by 1/10 of a second. New leader in the Olympic downhill. It's the Austrian, Matthias Meyer, who skis into gold medal position.
Jansrud has to give him a round of applause. He did ski that left-hand turn as he came out of the traverse after the Russian trampoline. Very, very clean. Look at the angles. He's a little bit in the back seat there. But the angles he's generating are incredible.
Johan Clary from France, the first of the French quartet. They lost one in training yesterday. Brice Roger blew his anterior cruciate ligament in his knee following a training incident yesterday, so one of the lucky losers got a slot for the French team. Clary the first to go.
Johan Clary, more of a gliding specialist. Yeah, I was going to say, this technical section on the course, at the top of the course, might prove a little challenging. They didn't even manage to get it out. Yeah, Johan Clary set the fastest speed in Wengen last season of over 100 miles an hour. He's a great glider, but not the best technically. And as he came down the Aksel Valley, he took a hit and got almost span backwards on the course. It's very steep there. Have a look at this again.
French with a good record in the Olympic downhill. They've won 2 of the last 4. Jean-Luc Chrétien in Nagano, 98. Antoine Deneria, Turin, 2006. The next man on the hill Bode Miller, the bronze medalist 4 years ago. It's Miller time on downhill day. Bode Miller ready to race in his final Olympic downhill at the age of 36. Can he conquer the Olympic downhill in Sochi? It's a good highlight. Miller knows his way down this course. He likes this downhill, and he's off to a cracking start.
Well, what Miller does so well is get incredible angles on his skis, which allows him to run a very tight line in on the gate. So he skis a shorter distance than anyone else, and look at that, already on the top section. He's absolutely flying.
Miller off the Russian trampoline, winding down the windows for a split second. A genuine white-knuckle ride there as he had his fist down on the snow, cutting across the ice. Terrific start for Bode Miller.
Come on, no mistakes now through Big Pan. A little bit wide on that turn, but he's still able to carry the speed.
0.31 in front.
Oh, smashes that gate.
Miller is destroying the course on his way down, but he's 200ths of a second behind. He seems to have just lost a little bit of his speed as he flies the Bear's Brow. He's got work to do on the bottom part of the course. Has the damage been done?
When he went through that control gate, he set up and he took too tight a line, going in on a mule kick, a freestyle move, going off the lake jump.
Half a second behind. Bode Miller will be absolutely gutted if he fails to get in amongst the medals here in his final downhill. Matthias Meyer's 2:06.23. It's too much for Bode. No medals today. His wife, the beach volleyball player Morgan Miller, looks on. Bode is out of the medals. Matthias Meyer edges closer to one here.
Well, Matthias Meyer knows that that was a huge scalp to take, and Miller was all over the place. That was the lake jump where he did that involuntary mule kick maneuver, and Miller is absolutely distraught. He's blown it.
So Matthias Meyer leads the way for Austria, with Kjetil Jansrud in silver medal position at the moment. Travis Ganong is third, then Janka, Phil and Miller, with France following on. And these are those who have failed to make an impact today, but there's plenty more talented racers to come, including Kung, Svindal and Innerhofer, along with Eric Gay. But what a sad sight that is. Bode Miller ends his Olympic downhill career without the title he's desperate for. Number 18 in the start hut. Aksel, Lund, Svindal. Away he goes, consistent in training. The best downhiller of the season. 2 victories on the season-long World Cup so far in Beaver Creek and again in Bormio. Can he make it count today?
Oh, his ski took an incredible knockdown. I thought it actually came off for a second. I was about to shout that he'd lost the ski. Incredible power that he puts on. Not the most, doesn't ski with the most finesse of any of the downhillers, but he is the biggest and strongest man on the circuit.
No Norwegian has ever won the men's Olympic downhill title. And it's been a while since a favourite has won. You have to go back to 1988 when Pirmin Zurbriggen came in and won the gold medal as favourite in Calgary. Svindal's not far away, 51.44, and he's just 900ths behind Matthias Meyer's split time. Massive jump.
Big off the Russian trampoline. Now just got to nail this turn. Get that hip in. That's better. Maybe not quite as good as Meyer, but it's in touch.
Matthias Meyer leads, Kjetil Jansrud second. Still Travis Ganong, one of the early starters, with number 7, holds the bronze medal position as the big Norwegian tackles the bottom half of this course. This split is key. Is Svindal in touch? He might just have lost his chance to win gold. Maybe there's an outside chance of a minor medal. He smacks that control gate on the Bear's Brow.
Don't write him off yet. Svindal is going to motor down his lower part of the course.
Brief opportunity to glide. Off the lake jump. Massive flight from Svindal. And he's closed the gap ever so slightly from 0.42 to 0.32. He's found a little bit of extra get up and go. And off the final deer jump, 2:06.23 to beat. Svindal is third. He's into bronze medal position. Meyer holds on to gold medal position. Svindal has failed to turn it around.
And yet another Olympics goes by without the favourite being able to climb onto the top spot of the podium.
Well, he's knocked Travis Ganong out of the medals, down to fourth. Svindal in bronze medal position. Back to the top. The French back in action in the shape of Adrien Théo, number 19. I mentioned they have a good record. They can cause surprises in Olympic downhills. Carol Montier, 2002 in Salt Lake City. Antoine Denaria in 2006. Jean-Luc Chrétien, 98 in Nagano. All slightly surprising gold medalists. Adrien Théo has made a positive start here. And this is green in the early stages. 0.02 of a second faster than Meyer.
I fully expect Théo to like that top part of the course. He likes it steep, he likes it technical. The question is, can he carry the speed through the mid part of the course that Matthias Meyer did? And it's all, for me, it's all coming down to this one turn after the Russian trampoline. People are getting close here, but they're losing. Svindal lost half a second down there, and Theo's already lost some time before he's even got to the toughest part of the course. Here it is now.
Russian trampoline, landed. Next section, icy. Incredibly icy. You couldn't really describe how hard underfoot that section is. Théo has been the 5th best downhiller of the season. Hasn't had a win, but he's had 3 top 5 positions in World Cup downhills this season. 0.2 in front at the first intermediate, then 0.38 behind. Intermediate number 3 shows that his chance has slipped away. 1.19 seconds down. Matthias Meyer holds on to gold medal position. Kjetil Jansrud in silver medal position, with Aksel Lund Svindal, his teammate, in third. In bronze at the moment. We could have 2 Norwegians on the Olympic downhill podium. But it's the Austrian who's been the best of them so far, Matthias Meyer. And Adrien Théo, no threat to the medal positions. Looking down through the start list, Christoph Innerhofer will be next. Then Eric Gay, former world champion. Then Klaus Kroll with all the experience. Those 3 with chances of getting in amongst the downhill medals.
I can't see Klaus Kroll doing anything. He's had a really bad season by his standards. He broke his shoulder at the end of last season in the World Cup finals. He hasn't really come back from that injury. Eric Gay, I think, could be your outside bet. You never know what Innerhofer can do. He's a real confidence man. If he's up, then he'll ski fast.
Christoph Innerhofer, ready to race for Italy, number 20. Tall, slim, fast, powerful, courageous. Fast, powerful, and courageous are the 3 elements that he needs right now to put the pressure on Matthias Meyer.
Amazing transition. Lovely transition. Just threw his skis out from one side of him to the other. He's flying up here.
25.71 for Meyer, that time under pressure. Innerhofer has had the best start of the lot. He's more than half a second quicker at intermediate number 1.
Well, that was beautiful skiing on the top part of the course. Just took so much risk. The transition from one turn to the other is the key. How quickly can you go from one edge to the other? And he just threw his feet from one side to the other.
51.44 the next split. Is he still in front? Yes, he is. Just under half a second. 2 green lights at the first 2 splits for Christoph Innerhofer of Italy. That's a beautiful jump off the Russian trampoline.
A little low over the traverse, but he's setting up high for this left-hander. That's a good turn. That's as good as Meyer.
Innerhofer anticipating well. maintaining maximum ski to snow contact wherever he can. Nice high line, just a little tall and wide. 1:28.72 for Meyer. How's Innerhofer faring now? 0.2 of a second in front. Christoph Innerhofer, number 20, putting pressure on Matthias Meyer's hold on the gold medal.
I think Innerhofer's going to do this. I really do. He's a great Super G skier, Super G world champion. He's really cool, calm and relaxed.
Off the lake jump, Christoph Innerhofer is now 1/100th of a second the wrong side. 1/100th of a second behind. It could all change on the final section. Off the deer jump, Innerhofer skis in to break Austrian hearts. He's got second and silver. Meyer holds on to gold.
Oh, and it was just the fact that he ran slightly wide on the deer jump. 0.06 of a second.
Yes!
He's happy with
Yes!
that. A medal potentially for Christoph Innerhofer. Meyer leads. Innerhofer second. Jandsrud holds on to third. Innerhofer absolutely shattered, but thrilled with that silver medal performance. Still
Yes.
a couple to come who can make a difference. And this is Eric Gay. Can he put the big race nerves behind him and put one down here, like he did in Garmisch to win the 2011 Alpine Skiing World Championship gold medal?
Not as fast in transition between edge to edge as Innerhofer before him, but in touch.
It's a good start for Eric Gay, 11/100ths of a second off the pace.
A little wide as he went out of Babayama and into small pan.
Not quite as engaged with the hill as we saw from Meyer and Innerhofer. Half a second back. Chance of maybe breaking the top 5 at this stage. Needs to really put his foot down as he flies the Russian trampoline and drops a little low on the traverse. Now these turns are key to Eric Gay's challenge here this morning in the men's Olympic downhill.
And it wasn't particularly good. It was kind of set twice and he's running slightly wide. And again, another heavy edge set and not being able to confidently drop his hip into the turn. The noise level's going up next door, the Austrian television. Armin Assinger, ex-downhill racer, I can hear his voice shouting through the wall.
Off the bear's brow. Eric Gay nearly a full second off the pace. The gold, silver and bronze at the moment with Matthias Meyer, Christoph Innerhofer and Kjetil Jandsrud. That's the way it stands. Eric Gay off the lake jump. And nearly a full second adrift. No chance of making up that sort of time on the bottom part of this course. Off the deer jump. Rides and glides for the line. And Eric Gay is 10th, top 10 for the Canadian, off the pace of the new Olympic downhill champion from Austria, Matthias Meyer. Matthias Meyer is the Olympic champion. He takes the gold medal in the men's downhill ahead of Christoph Innerhofer of Italy. Kjetil Jandsrud of Norway takes the bronze.
Olympic champion representing Austria.
Первое место и звание чемпиона Олимпийских игр завоевал представитель Австрии Matthias Meyer.